Good afternoon, everybody. Pigskin Pete here. Happy Friday to everybody. I don't know if everybody's as hungover as I am this morning. Early Friday morning right now. And the draft was last night. It was awesome. First of all, let's go through where I was right and where I was wrong, because I'm wrong a lot with the draft. I said Baker would go number 1 to the Browns. Got that right. I said Barkley would go number 2 to the Giants. Got that right. Then it fell apart for me. And I think it fell apart for pretty much everybody else after that, too. Super surprised to see the Jets take Darnold over Rosen. Mixed feelings on that. If I was a Jets fan, even though you know how I feel about Rosen, I don't like him. But as far as football goes, if I were a Jets fan and I were looking to take a quarterback, trade up like they did to get a quarterback, and Baker was off the board, which he was, I would have taken probably Rosen in that spot. Now, having said that, I don't think that the Jets is a bad place for Darnold. As long as he sits down for a little while, they can't just throw him in there and, screw this kid's career up like they've done the past 3 quarterbacks, or at least that they've had. So, disappointing, that they didn't get Mayfield or Rosen. Yes, I guess, if you're Jet Central or any other Jets fan. In the long run, I don't think it's going to be that big of a deal. I don't think that Rosen is that much better than Darnold. A potential upside. Rosen's better than Darnold now, but not. I'm talking about 2 or 3 years from now. I don't think there's going to be that much of a difference. I was extremely happy with the Carolina Panthers pick. Pleasantly surprised. DJ Moore, wide receiver out of Maryland. I was a little bit surprised that they didn't take Ridley, because Ridley was still on the board. I'm not upset with that, though. I would have liked either one. I mean, DJ Moore is a big, fast guy. He's a game-changing wide receiver who's a prototypical NFL receiver. Size, speed, ball catching skills, the whole 9 yards. He's going to be a stud. And I was really shocked to see that Marty Hurney did that, because I give Marty Hurney a really hard time. I've been saying I want them to get a deep threat receiver. It's been my number 1 gripe with them over the past couple of years. And they did it. So my hat's off. You get an A, Marty Hurney, on Pigskin Pete's round 1 draft report card. We'll see how you do in round 2. Now, what I would like to see them do in round 2 is get like Nick Chubb. I think Nick Chubb will probably still be there when Carolina picks that 2nd pick. Maybe not. I don't know. But that's who I'd like them to get. I have a feeling they're going to go defense, because it is Ron Rivera's team. And, Ron Rivera's a defensive guy. I think they'll probably either go safety, cornerback, or defensive end. Another thing that I wouldn't mind seeing them get in the 2nd round would be an offensive lineman. So, we'll see. Anyway, super happy with their 1st round pick. What else did I want to talk about? Rosen. I already touched on Rosen once. But you see why I don't like Rosen. You see now. Because he can't keep his mouth shut. He says and does stupid things every time he opens his mouth. Every time he opens his mouth. Oh, they made 9 mistakes before. It's okay to say, before the draft, if you pass on me, you're going to regret it. Watson did that. Peyton Manning did that as well. So that's not unusual for a player to say before the draft, because he's trying to raise his draft stock. Saying before the draft, if you pass on me, you're going to regret it. After you've already been drafted, and then you're sitting up there at the press conference with your Arizona Cardinals hat on and acting like you're disappointed that you're playing for the Cardinals? How disrespectful is that to the Cardinals, first of all? And second of all, there was 9 mistakes made before I got picked. So you're telling me that Saquon Barkley is a mistake? So Josh Rosen, you're telling me that Bradley Chubb is a mistake? Get out of here with that. I mean, somebody needs to smack this kid in the face. Somebody needs to sit this kid down and say, hey, man, just shut the hell up. You're going to have every defensive player. I hope they play The Broncos. That's where Chubb went, right? I hope they play the Broncos and Chubb takes his friggin' head off. Stand that kid. Oh, man. I don't think, he may end up being a great player in Arizona. That's probably actually a good place for him to go. But I don't know, man. He's going to end up getting his head taken off because these players are going to want to kill him. I mean, not literally, but you know what I'm saying, man. He's not going to, his teammates might end up liking him, but those opposing players are not going to like his mouth. Because just imagine him, this is what he does at the draft. Imagine what he does during game week in the press conferences. He's going to be saying all kinds of crazy stuff. He's going to get his block knocked off, I promise you. Anyway, I'm looking forward to tonight. The other thing I want to talk about, Lamar Jackson. Just briefly, I think that was a super bold thing for Baltimore to do. I'm glad to see that it happened and that they picked him in the first round. If you're Joe Flacco, it's not a very good day for you today, though. But Flacco can't stay healthy for long enough. I have a feeling we'll see Lamar Jackson, starting a game in a Ravens uniform sooner than we think. Conventional wisdom would tell you he needs to sit down for a year or two and develop as an NFL-type player who's got all the physical skills. But I think that Joe Flacco is going to end up getting hurt because he's always hurt nowadays, and you're going to end up seeing Lamar in there a lot sooner than we thought. So interesting day. Lots of people trading, lots of crazy players taken that you didn't expect, the teams to take. Very entertaining. Can't wait for tonight. We'll be doing round 2 tonight and checking in with all you live streamers. Pigskin Pete checking out.